the end of the day, it's just basketball.
You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all times. So, you know, if I burn out, I burn out.
Pierce had it poked away, stolen by Jordan. Lojas down on the floor. It's loose to Humphries. 4 to shoot. Humphries 3.
You like the idea. Jordan coming up with the steal.
Oh, look at that. The 40-year-old dives to the hardwood.
To have a long career, that's the goal, to be in the league for 20 years. That's the goal.
You know, it's all about winning championships and winning.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Kevin Durant just said something.
Now, let that sink in. Michael Jeffrey Jordan has come in and rewritten history yet again. Do you want to know why? Oh, I'm going to tell you why. You see, Michael Jordan has done something nobody else can seemingly do. We could all sit here and say something, but when Michael Jordan says it, it's legendary from the moment it comes out of his mouth, because he's the one they look at as the Lord of the sport. So when he says the same thing I'm saying, it is now validated. And all you LeBron fans are going to cry. Because once Mike say it, it becomes law. And that's why all of these people are galvanized by everything he says. Now, yes, Michael Jordan is a liar. He will say things that's beneficial, but he will state the truth. One truth that he stated is the game itself. Michael Jordan won't cheat the game. Never will he cheat the game. And that's one thing that we are 100% on the par with. I have him 5th on my all-time greatest players list, and I couldn't stand the guy. So let that sink in. So in case you think I'm just this Michael Jordan crazy guy, oh, Jordan. No, that's the respect that he earned on what he did on the basketball court. That put him 5th on my list. You guys might have him higher. But there's no way LeBron James is even on a list that has Michael Jordan at the top of it. There's no way he wouldn't be even on that list. He's nowhere near Michael Jordan. Just to be clear. Now, Jordan went ahead and explained what the love of the game is about. The actual purity of basketball. Like, you love this game. And as you watch LeBron James, you don't see a man that loves the game.
I love the game so much that I would never let someone take the opportunity for me to play the game away from me. As opposed to now where you don't have it, players probably don't play. Now, they get individual attention with their trainer. You know, they go out and shoot 100 shots and 1,000 shots. I find it was to my benefit was, go play basketball, man. That's what you did. That's what you grew up doing. Larry Bird, he took a whole summer to work on his left hand, right? He did it by playing basketball.
So it's May. My season's been over. I'm a third-year guy in the league. I call it. Mike, what do I do from now until the season starts to get better? What are the things you tell me that are important?
First of all, is your passion. There's something about your passion or wanting to get better that drives that energy. I mean, when I say passion, that means I have a love for ice cream. I have a real deep love for ice cream. I'm gonna do everything I can to go find ice cream, go find that flavor of it.
What flavor about it?
Or a pecan for me.
Okay,
just so you know. But in terms of, you know, if I had, basketball was that type of love for me. You know, I had to find a way to make sure I was the best basketball player I could be. You know, and I had a conversation this summer with a high executive at Minnesota. And he was talking about Anthony Edwards.
Yep.
And I heard during the course of the year that, you know, they were double teaming. You know, he didn't know how to deal with the double team. Well, that's the highest respect that you can ever get if a team feels like they got a double team. Now, how do you figure out a way to break that double team without the ball? Move into the post, get in scoring position so that the double team, you can act before the double. All those simple things. So, yeah, those are the types of conversations I try to have when players seek that information.
Do you see the players of today's basketball with that mindset to achieve greatness?
It's hard to be hungry when you have. Simple as that. I mean,
yeah, it's hard to be hungry when you have. Like LeBron's been given everything. So the hunger to be there is hard. He's got everything. He got $100 million walking through the door. So it's hard to be hungry when you have. When he got a championship and everything, it's like, okay, he ain't hungry no more. It's hard to be hungry when you have. But if you have that real passion, that can't be extinguished because that's not your goal. Winning is the drug.
You don't have, you are willing to do whatever you have. So my mental approach was go in, do my job, be the best basketball player I can be, and all the chips and everything outside of that. I had people that were handling that, but basketball court, I'm handling it, right? And now it's like, it's a prerequisite. Everybody has to have a logo. Everybody has to have a...
You know why, right?
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm part of the reason why everybody tries to get a logo. But
brand, right? Brand Jordan.
But the thing is that brand is established based on what I did on the basketball court. I didn't put the brand before I put the work. I put the work first, and then the brand evolved based on the work. Right. A lot of times it's different. You see it in every sport, not just basketball, football, baseball. Everybody's walking around with a logo and an ad, and I get it. But whatever I did here is never going to affect what I do on the basketball court.
But do you think that's harder now for guys? There's social media and all this stuff, so they got to cut through the clutter here a bit. Right?
Yeah, that's true. I like to think that if I was playing today, right, I like to think that no matter what, my game is going to validate whatever I try to participate in away from the game. It's really tough for the kids today. Most of them do a great job of navigating what you are talking about. As long as you understand that this is always going to be what you remember for, basketball and your love for basketball should always be pure. We would play this game, I've always said this, we would play this game for free. We did. And now we just so happen to get paid for it. Generationally, I like to think that most of the time that people will remember Michael Jordan based on what he did on the basketball court, and not always the commercial thing.
And let that sink in. Michael Jordan will be remembered for what he did on the basketball court. Not from the commercial things he did. You get that, LeBron? Not all these narratives, all these doggone shows and interviews and podcasts. Nobody gonna remember you for that. It's about what you did on that court. Scoring a bunch of meaningless points don't mean a damn thing. It's about impact. What is your impact to this game, son? Do you have it? This is what we're talking about. Now, the further notion goes into play with LeBron because of his arrogance, his ego. He can't let it go. They've taken the game for granted. And when you take the game for granted, all of these amenities that you've been blessed with, those guys was playing for less. If you was a veteran, you like a pro like Jordan, you was getting $3.2 million a year. Jordan was playing for the love of this thing. LeBron putting together shows, and these guys taking games off, load managing just to be, I'm load managing. Just to make an excuse for it and try to make somebody with a clinical injury the face of it. Michael Jordan played every game. These guys, they wanted to play every night. They weren't trying to miss games. When you look around and you see all of the great things that he did on the court, he played and took this game serious. The game meant something to him. That's why he's respected. They see you, they don't think the game means anything to you. It's just a way for you to get more money. And money gonna validate you. I remember they did a whole thing saying, who in this room got on Michael Jordans? And almost half the room stood up. And they said, who in this room got on a pair of LeBrons? Nobody stood up. And they said, you see, that's impact. That's impact. Because they're buying their shoes based off Michael Jordan and what he did on the court. But the man on the court wasn't doing it for the brand. The brand expanded because of what he did on the court. That's what he's trying to say. Without a Jordan brand, without a logo, I'm going to compete on that court. This guy quits and pouts and cries. I can't deal with that. I can't get jiggy with that. I'm sorry. This new generation don't have a prayer. And KD is probably one of the best players of this new generation. And he is not Jordan at all. So that lets you know that even Steph being one of the best of this generation with KD, they are nowhere near being able to play in that league, including him, LeBron James. He would fold. They try to say the triangle offense wouldn't work today. Well, a lot of it would work. Shannon Sharp and a lot of people are delusional because they have no idea of what they're talking about. And because they have a show and they speak, they think they know the game.
Why is ring culture so much more prevalent in the NBA than in other sports?
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport and why it's the A-all, B-all of everything.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Now, if Jordan didn't retire, they said Jordan would have 8 championships in a row. I don't know if that's true, but now the option is going to be there if his father didn't pass away. What could have been? Could the Bulls have continued to win after 98? Everybody is up in arms over what is to be. And when you look at this generation, it's not a knock on them because it's kind of not their fault. They're playing with what's out there and with the rules that are out there today that makes it more offensive friendly. But it is too offensive friendly. You've altered the game so much that it's so far away from defense that you have to try to pivot to go back now. That's why you have teams like Detroit who are so engaged defensively. That identity is what they're about. They're not a big, strong three-point shooting team. They're not running gun. They got guys that like to get dirty, get in the mud, and get down there to get you the victory no matter what. This type of reasoning, Michael Jordan has always put the game first. He's never disrespected the game. This man is a walking embarrassment. His breathing in a locker room is disrespect to the game. Eating on the sidelines, not part of the team environment. Everybody can see. It's not just me. Michael Jordan sees it. He wouldn't have drafted LeBron James. As a general manager, Jordan was at a party and was asked about, like, man, if you were still GM of the Wizards, would you have drafted? I wouldn't have drafted LeBron. Looking back, he said he would have drafted Dwayne Wade or Carmelo Anthony. That was his choices. He said, "Oh, I would have took Carmelo Anthony or Dwayne Wade." Looking back now, no, I wouldn't have drafted LeBron. And that was in a discussion at a Jordan party. Looking back now, he wouldn't have drafted LeBron. And he was like, no disrespect to the kid. I'm just saying, he was going to need, the whole league was going to, he was going to be the face. And I can't build a team with a guy that they're making the face of the league as a rookie coming through the door. We already had good pieces. We need guys who are gonna, excel. I need stronger leadership qualities on the team. I need someone that the rest of the team's gonna follow. LeBron, he's just more of a Magic, Scottie Pippen type. So I need someone that's gonna be the face, and then I could build around him. As you saw years later, LeBron went to play with Dwayne Wade. They all went over there to D Wade so that he could be the leader, and they could just, follow his orders, sort of see, follow the back Dwayne Wade. And LeBron could be the superstar player he could be because D Wade's going to do everything else, and he's going to handle the other parts of the game that you mentally are not ready for. And that's it. That is it. He would have drafted Dwayne Wade or Carmelo Anthony if he was still a GM. They said, well, if you stayed GM of the Wizards at that time, would you had drafted LeBron James first? He's knowing what he knows now? No. Well, let it all sink in. And like he said, it was no disrespect to LeBron. That's the reason why he wouldn't do it. For what he would have been able to do, or what he was trying to do, was think like a GM. And a GM is thinking, I already got pieces in place. Here's a kid out of high school, and they finna put all this pressure on him. For most GMs, they're not gonna take a high school kid, number one, when they're gonna put a lot of pressure on him to be the next Michael Jordan. Right out the gate. There is a situation and a such thing as being in the wrong environment. That if somebody was in the right environment, they could flourish. LeBron needed to be in Cleveland. He couldn't handle the mental anguish that was going to come his way. You can never do what Jordan did because you never played in that league. You can't go back in time. So unless they build a time machine, you're stuck in this era. And for what they did in this era, LeBron James has been what you would call a focal piece of propaganda and not the original article. Jordan was the original article, and then you made a carbon copy, artificial guy to come in and try to do what he does. You know, it's like Jordan was Superman, and then you come in with Sentry. You know, it's like, okay, we're gonna jazz him up and give him more pizzazz. You know, it's like, come on, man. We're doing too much out here. Now, Michael Jordan is always going to be Michael Jordan. And the rest of these people are going to just have to learn to deal with it. The legacy is already cemented. He can't alter it. Do you realize when Michael Jordan played in Washington, there's people that were going around saying the most dumbest things in human existence? Oh, Jordan is washed up. He's destroying his legacy by playing in Washington. He destroyed his legacy. He's destroying his legacy. Why is Jordan destroying his legacy? The NBA wanted to push that so that Michael Jordan would retire and stay retired by giving him negative press for the first time in his life. Now, on ESPN, they're asking the question, is Jordan destroying his legacy by playing with the Washington Wizards? And it's like, how do you destroy something you already built? By playing basketball again, he could go out and average 2 points a game. Nobody's going to forget what he did with the Bulls. Are you crazy? Like, so nobody's going to be like, yeah, but he did have those 2 years in Washington where y'all think he was a scrub. He played better than LeBron has probably ever played, even in the 2 years in Washington. And I'm not a Michael Jordan fan, but I respect the game of basketball. I don't have to be a fan of you to give you your proper, your proper etiquette, your just due. Michael Jordan was one of those guys. He could be in the conversation with Isaiah's and the Magic and the Birds, Bill Russell, Oscar Robertson. He deserves to be in those conversations. He's earned the right to be there. LeBron James, as you heard from my famous clip that has been shown all around the world.
Top 50 in your opinion?
No, he's not. Not even top 100. I cannot put him over anybody. You can name a whole 1990s rosters. He's Sean Kemp. That is exactly who LeBron is. He's Sean Kemp. And he never had a post game. He never even took time to learn that. So they removed the post guy out. There's no more power forwards. No more. What happened to the power forwards? Well, LeBron don't have a post game, so we don't need him anymore. In LeBron's entire career, he's never guarded the best players on the court. Never. Not even early in his career. He would always guard the weakest player in the league. When they played in the finals against Dallas, he's guarding Jason Kidd, who's 40. I'm like, you've just been getting by with your athleticism. They start to change the rules for you because you can't get by anybody anymore. All you do is offensive foul people now and take 5 steps to the basket. You can't play off the ball. That means you can't play basketball. Whatever the play is, he blows it up immediately. He gets the ball and runs out to the half court line, gets a running start, and comes back in. I'm like, why is he leaving the paint? Everything they taught you about basketball goes out the window when you playing him. Don't lower the shoulder. That's exactly what he gonna do. He gonna lower his shoulder. He be almost halfway over driving Steph Curry into the ground. He play a 4 out. That's the only play he runs on offense, a 4 out. Or he'll call a high pick and roll. Guy come over and get a pick so he can get a little point guard on him. Okay, that's good. I can get by him. And he's like, I'm the GOAT now. I think I'm up there with Jordan. I'm like, where? In what? Checkers, chess, video game, Madden, NBA 2K, what? Definitely not basketball.
Hi, I'm
Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Now, that should end the story. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Too Raw for TV. Hey, we gotta have that debate, Too Raw. Let me know. You want to defend MJ? I got Isaiah. Y'all come on up. Scap, all y'all. I'm ready. Let's talk about the excellence, right? The excellent factor. Welcome to HDII TV. I can't forget HD and Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. Can't forget they shows. One Crack News, my Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. We set a blaze. We set a blaze yesterday, and we got more coming. We got more coming, including Joe Budden. They ain't gonna like that. Oh, I already know that. They ain't gonna be mad. Joe Budden and Michael Jordan. Yep. So I don't even know if Joe knows this. So he'll be very interested. So he might tune in to the Patreon to see it. And yeah, so I think you'll just want to go to my Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. You could do so. Or become a member. Anyway, we out.